Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I am Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good of marketing gospel. We're not saving souls, you're saving businesses, saving jobs, saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We'll just call that icing on the cake. Now, the mission at Marketing Pulpit Show is to build strong businesses in our community so that we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. So if you ever find yourself in a business cross, welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and glad to see you again on a lovely Friday, broadcasting live from the nation's capital, right outside of Washington, D.C. on WOL 1450 and 95.9 FM, Radio 1. And we're also simulcasting from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I'd like to welcome everybody this morning. And if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Where the heck you been? And if you're one of our regular listeners and tuner-inners, whether you're tuning in on any of our various platforms, then thank you for supporting us and hanging in there. You can get the show live right on the homepage of the Marketing Pulpit website. Whether you have social media or not, just go to marketingpulpit.com. You'll see my mug. And you can also look at past shows. You can do searches, read up on me and things we've been up to. You can also go to YouTube. We have a very good categorization of the shows. You can break them up into small 1-minute bits, and you can search on a topic. If you're trying to start a business and you're not sure on certain areas, whether it's social media, whether it's branding, whether it's marketing, whether it's design, whatever, just go to these platforms, just type in, and you can bring up a show on that topic. You can also search on our guests. We have a great lineup of guests from past shows. Speaking of guests, we're going to have a great guest today, Mr. Newman. He's a very popular young man from the boxing lore, been working with people like Riddick Bowe, and he has his own show. So he's going to be tuning in a little later on. And we have an exciting show today. We're going to talk about digital marketing too. We want to talk about digital marketing. That's the craze, and everybody's wondering about it. Should they have it? What is it? Does it replace regular marketing? We're going to talk about that coming up in our marketing sermon later on. And also, I've been pretty busy, and we have a lot of courses lined up for people who want to take some of these courses that are out here. You don't want to let your business suffer because you're not getting the information. So I'm going to be on Tuesday. I'm going to be at Employ Prince George's. It's a program, a collaboration between Prince George's Community College and National Harbor. And I'll be there in the evening. And then I'll be there back in April. And then I'll be at Prince George's Community College. And I'm going to be at the Women's Business Center over at Bowie. So you can go to marketingpulpit.com and check out the places where I'll be getting this information in as many ear holes as possible. I've written a couple of books too, one called Played in Full and one called Smarter Than the Boss. And I work with the Small Business Administration in the 8A program, helping people getting that government money. So thank you again for tuning in. We're also still celebrating Women's History Month. And that's celebrated every year during the month of March. And I like to celebrate, and hats off to all of the contributions some of the amazing women have made, not just in business, but in general. And so we're glad to celebrate that on this particular month. Let's see what else we got going on. We got a lot of other stuff going on. Also, I want to announce that we finally launched the Marketing Pulpit Business Directory. People have been asking me about this directory since we had it about 10 years ago. And so now, thank you. And if you have a business and you're trying to get traffic to that business, you're trying to make it grow, go to marketingpulpit.com and sign up for the Marketing Pulpit Business Directory. Because when I come on this show every week, I'm going to be sending people to that directory to find businesses, and you want to be included. Also, if you have an event, you want to sign up, because once you get on the certain plans, you don't have to call me and say, hey, Robert Gatewood, can you announce my event on your show? You go into Marketing Pulpit Business Directory, you have the option of adding that event to your profile. And when I see it, I'm going to announce it automatically. That's going to save me some work. I'm trying to take care of this technology, talking about digital technology. So we're going to do that. So what I want you to do, go to mpi.bz and put your name in the Marketing Pulpit Business Directory. We have several plans. Matter of fact, the top plan not only gets you in the directory, it gets you on the show. Man, we made this so easy. So you want to take advantage of these tools out here instead of spending all this money on Facebook and all these other places that don't give a hoot about you. You actually can have your business right here on the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm going to be driving traffic to it. And if you love Facebook, guess what? That's all right too, because it's also going to be on Facebook. The same show we're running right now is going to also be broadcast on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. So you get the best of all these different worlds by just going to Marketing Pulpit. We have it on the Marketing Pulpit main website, or you can go directly to mpi.bz. Let's take advantage of this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's support each other. You always talking about you want to help these nonprofits. We have a spot on there for nonprofits. You're trying to help these hair salons. You're trying to help these people out here having these different events. Go to Marketing Pulpit, and we will help you help others so that we can keep this money in our community and help promote these struggling businesses out here. So I'm glad to be able to finally launch the Marketing Pulpit Business Directory. You can go there now and see and when you sign up, your business will appear on the homepage as one of the featured businesses. And also, like I said, if you have an event, sign up and you can actually post the event yourself. And when it goes into the directory, I will get a notification and I will announce your event on the air and drive people to that event. Nothing is more disappointing than having an event and all the seats empty. So we're solving all kind of problems here on the Marketing Pulpit. Just call me a problem solver. Also, what we're going to do, we're going to bring in we have a special guest today, Mr. Rock Newman. And I tell you, Mr. Newman is a legend. I'm honored to have him on the show today. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to sit here and try to explain who he is. I'm going to let him do that himself. So hang on a second. Let me get Mr. Newman queued up here. Let's see here. Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Newman. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Brother Gatewood. How are you, man? It's my honor to be on with you.
Well, the honor is mine. Thank you. I see you doing a lot of things out there, and I'm just proud to see all the things that you're doing and how you're a busy man. I mean, what do you find the energy for all these things that you're doing?
I don't know, man. I think we were blessed with some pretty good teams, but I'll tell you something. It was not lost on me the message you were just giving about what your listeners, how your listeners can benefit from the Marketing Pulpit. Man, you got a heck of a plan there. Don't be surprised if you hear from me. for a little of that help. Well, I was on hold, listening to your last 5 or 8 minutes. Man, that was really impressive. I hope your listeners understand what you're trying to do, because that could help. That could be a win-win situation for everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Newman. That means a lot coming from you, because I mean, you like myself, we've been out here trying to make it. And the thing about it, Rock, is that I know you, and we got to know each other much better recently, but I've always felt that you had a love for people and helping people and promoting people. And that's really what it's all about. We have these platforms. It's not just for us. We are messengers. We are vessels. We are out here to help people find out and get the message. And so that's why I'm glad we actually are able to come together and actually collaborate on a few projects. Why don't you do a quick introduction to the audience? Let people know who you are. I mean, I know who you are, and I'm sure most people, for the 1 or 2 people who don't know who you are, there's probably 1 or 2 out there. They've been in a cave somewhere.
Well, I heard Minister Farrakhan say one day, the greatest leader is the best servant. But to the extent that I can be a server, I'll just be satisfied with that characterization. Amen. But I grew up. I'm DC. You know how they say there's so know, DC, the best mumbo sauce you ever had was, and then people got their favorite place. But I grew up in Brandywine, Maryland, another Maryland out in the country. And, went to high school, matriculated on to Howard University. That opened up a whole other world for me, man. And actually, I first had my first introduction to being on air at WOL Radio. I was working at Howard University as a counselor, and I think it was back in 1979, 1980. When Dewey and Kathy Hughes bought WOL, my real advertising, promotion, marketing journey started there. So as I'm talking to you here on WOL Airways, I am talking. This is home for me, and I couldn't be happier. I've done some things. I was prominently involved in boxing, where I managed and promoted the heavyweight champion of the world and some other champions that was ready to go. I worked with Michael Spinks for several years, and after that, I've done some consulting for the rest of my life, and along the way, I've been the executive producer of the Music Festival, which Cassie came down to, and Lord knows it was an honor to have Cassie Hughes amongst the folks there. Cassie and I go way back, and she actually helped me to secure Quincy Jones and Beyonce. So, it's been a long, great, and wonderful relationship with the WL family, and I'm happy to still be kicking hard.
All right, well, look, we're going to be, because I wish we had an hour show. We only have a half hour. Quickly, you working on some projects right now. What you working on right now? I know, first of all, you and I are working on a project together, and I'm happy to announce that we're working on. Tell us about the project you and I are working on together.
Well, I'll tell you, when you're talking about being honored, I think we're both beyond honored that we were able to come together. And next week, the Rock Newman Show 2.0 will be delighted to feature Neely Fuller. I have respected and admired Fuller for a very long time. He is an absolute Gatewood, wealth of information. He is an
Hey, Rock, hang on a second. We gotta station break. Hang on a second. We'll finish after the break, okay? So hang on.
Sure. Good morning, it's WOL Traffic Update is sponsored by the Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles on 295.
All right. We're back. Thank you again for tuning in. This is the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. I'm here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. You can find the show at marketingpulpit.com, broadcasting live from Radio 1, 95.9 FM. You see these white pods in my ear. That's because I'm talking to the engineer, Alonzo, over there. He's talking in my ear. And I'm honored to have as my special guest today, Mr. Rock Newman. We were talking about this project we're collaborating on, and man, he said it right. We are both honored. Pick up where you were when you left off there, Brother Newman.
Absolutely, both honored that I am able to do an interview with Neely Fuller. As I was saying, This brother is a walking encyclopedia on many subjects and truly an expert on some of the diabolical behavior that is oppressing black folks throughout the land.
Man.
And that is his full knowledge of the essence of white supremacy and how he calls it out and how he breaks it down and how it continues to impact us globally. He was, of course, a mentor to Frances Wellesley, who I also had a great deal of respect for. We did a tribute show to her. But to be able to secure an interview with Neely Fuller, I can tell you it is a highlight, a true highlight of the Rock Newman show. And I so look forward to it. And we expect to be doing that and having it up and on the air within the next week. And I got to thank you, Gatewood, for all of your help in making that happen.
Thank you.
And then very immediately, we are going to be the Rock Newman Show, and the Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan, is going to be. We're having a free health event tomorrow, Saturday, March the 18th, at Union Temple Baptist Church, and we encourage everyone to come out. The Minister of Wellness talks about the biblical principles of nutrition and how we must get away from the satanic diet that we now are consuming that is frankly killing us. And anyone within my voice and listening to your show, I encourage you to come out in person, Union Temple Baptist Church, 1225 W Street, Southeast, by the Big Chair, as they say, the most Afrocentric church probably in the country.
True that.
And so we encourage all to come out. If they can't come out, go to the ministerofwellness.com and you'll be able to live stream it. And it's what I have characterized, and I don't think this is hyperbole, as a life-changing message from the Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan.
Amen. And also, we were talking about the Marketing Pulpit Business Directory. A friend of mine, William Maxwell, sent me a note this morning and asked me, I think he's working with Mr. Jordan as well. He said, can you announce that on the show? I said, well, I'll have Mr. Newman announce it since he's going to be hosting it. And also, you can go to the new Marketing Pulpit Business Directory and click on the events. And we have the whole thing right there on the website. So go to Marketing Pulpit or go to mpi.bz. You'll find a map to the church. You'll find the information about the event, the time it's going to happen, and we have a banner that I really took from Mr. Newman's YouTube channel. And so it's amazing how these factors, a confluence of factors, come together. Mr. Newman, one of my slogans that I close every show is, if you want to be successful, do the right thing, do it at the right time, and do it right. And when you do that, you attract people of similar mindsets that are on a similar mission and path. And that's why I tell people to be themselves. Everybody else is already taken. If you be yourself, you will attract the right kind of people. Just like we attracted each other, Mr. Jordan and other people, even Radio One. We see this common link, how they have the link between you and Dr. Frances Cress Welsing and Neely Fuller and Miss Kathy Hughes. And now I'm sitting here talking to you. Man, it's amazing. I think people call it the law of attraction. It's for real. It's the real deal. You still there, Brother Newman?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. So we're going to...
I think we broke for a second.
Yeah, I think we broke up for a minute. Well, I tell you what, brother, I want to thank you again for coming on today. You've really made the show. And thank you again for your continued support and working with Mr. Neely Fuller and Mr. Jordan. And I'll see if I can come out to that event tomorrow. It starts at 10 o'clock. I'm going to try to set my alarm because Saturday I usually...
See you there, man, and all of your listeners. Thanks again for the opportunity to join you.
Thank you, brother.
Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. All right, folks. Thank you very much. That was the famous and well-venerated Rock Newman. And I used to follow him when he was working with Riddick Bowe. As a matter of fact, Riddick Bowe used to live right up the street from me. And so just glad to have him joining us today. And we're going to jump on to our topic for today now as well. We're going to get on the topic of digital marketing on the last few minutes we have here. Now, we get people asking all the time about what is digital marketing? How does it work? Let me change my sound over here. Okay, yeah, we get this talking about people asking about digital marketing. They say, is it going to replace regular marketing? What should I be doing differently? Well, digital marketing does not operate in a vacuum like most things marketing because it's been an evolution of sorts in how marketing works. But because of the size and the scope of what's going on the internet, some people call digital marketing online marketing, it is too big to be ignored. So what I want to do is give you some basics on digital marketing. First of all, you have to realize that there are about 5 billion people right now that are on the internet. And about 4.3 billion of those are on the internet through their mobile devices and telephones. And there's another 4.65 billion that are actually on social media, who are actually active. You cannot ignore that market, and you won't reach those folks using traditional marketing. I mean, there's some overlap because we're starting to see a merge of the two worlds, because now you can get your YouTube channel on your regular TV. But there are certain types of digital marketing that I'd like for you to be aware of. I'm going to go quickly through the list. And so you can understand when you're talking digital marketing, exactly what we're talking about. Number one is search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is basically making sure that your product is able to be found on the internet, your product, your event, your services. And we do that by making your website really friendly for Google. They're the big kid in town. So you want to make sure you're using quality keywords. You want to use the long tail keywords. If you're selling like the event we just talked about, instead of just saying event, you want to put in event, Washington, D.C. area, so that it narrows the focus and it lowers the cost of the media that you're buying when you're more focused in your approach. So SEO, that's one of the first ones we're going to discuss today. The second one is content marketing. Content is king. Content is really king. Content marketing means that it's a way of getting your word out without putting a hard sell on somebody. You let people know that you know your stuff. This show is an example of content marketing, where you deliver good quality content to your audience and they come to you and find out more about you. Right now, some of the most popular content marketing vehicles are podcasts, videos, blogs, and articles. So you want to make sure that you're get your content together. Most of you have content somewhere, stuffed in a shoebox, some of your old files, some of your old emails. Go back and dig that information up and put it into a digital format through video, blogs, and other types of digital platforms. Another one that we thought had gone away, and that's email marketing. Once upon a time, people were thinking that the email marketing was over. Well, I'm here to say the email marketing now is one of the tools right now where you get a very high return on your investment. You can time email blasts. You can send out information about upcoming sales events. You can send out offers. And you want to use a platform that can help you deliver that. You can't just sit there on your regular email account and start blasting out emails, or you're going to be blacklisted and you're going to be called a spammer. So you sign up for one of these email marketing platforms like MailChimp, Aweber, iContact, Constant Contact. We even have one on our platform at Gatewood.biz. So you want to get you a platform and do email marketing, another very popular form of digital marketing. Another form of digital marketing is pay-per-click advertising. We call it PPC. Pay-per-click advertising means you go into a platform like Google AdWords and put your ad out there, and you're charged by that platform by the number of clicks that people click to come to your platform. Now, you're going to be more successful on that platform if you send them to some type of landing page. I've been trying to drive that point home also. On all of these types of digital marketing, a landing page has become very vital tool in guaranteeing your success and conversion. And last but not least is social media marketing. Social media marketing is the king of the hill right now. It's Facebook, it's Twitter, it's Instagram, it's TikTok, it's YouTube, it's LinkedIn. Social media marketing means you want to put your business on these platforms. Now, most of the time, when I talk about social media, I'm not talking about going out there taking pictures of your food at IHOP. We're talking about trying to drive traffic to your business. Okay. Now, what you want to do, understand, first of all, there's about 3 billion people on Facebook, about 2.5 billion on YouTube, and about another 1.4 billion on Instagram. That's an audience you cannot ignore. But what you want to do is understand how it works. You want to understand what CPM, cost per thousand or cost per meal. You want to understand CPC and understand, have a goal when you start advertising. If you're trying to brand, you may want to do some cost per meal, CPM, try to get as many impressions as you can. But if you're trying to sell product, you want to focus on CPC, cost per click. So these are 5 of the ways that digital marketing right now is making its impact. And if you need help with that, go to marketingpulpit.com. You can contact my company, gatewoodmarketing.com, and we'd be glad to help you with this, because right now, many companies are suffering. They are stuck in the old way of doing business. You have to come into this new age of business, and digital marketing right now is the way to do it. You don't have to do all 5 of the ones I just mentioned, but you want to get at least on one of them. And marketing, when you ever get lost along the way, including with digital marketing, if you're not sure which way to turn, go back to your purpose and go back to your audience. Who am I trying to reach? Where are they? Do they read email? Are they on social media? Are they more likely to listen to your podcast? Your audience will help you figure out which way to go. All right, folks, I want to thank you again. That's it for today. I see a lot of folks tuning in over here. I see Idea Gear that's William Maxwell. I see Alice Chambers down in North Carolina. I see Brent Lee, the model. And I think that we have had a really remarkable show. As a matter of fact, Brent Lee, the model, just put out her new perfume, so she needs to go ahead and put it in that business directory. And everybody else, you too, William, I think you want to get in that Marketing Pulpit business directory and let me drive people to your business. All right, folks, thank you again. This has been the Marketing Pulpit. I'm Robert Gatewood. I'll be back next week at the same time, and we are here. You can also share this show with others, let people know about the directory, and then so that we don't have these problems out here where businesses are failing at this alarming rate. And I'll be back next week. And if you want to be successful, as we always say, you have to do these 3 things. Do the right thing, do it at the right time, and you got to do it right. Enough talk. Let's get to work. People have advised us over the years not to bite the hand that feeds you. You've heard that saying? I'm sure many of you have. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. In other words, don't exact ill will on a favorable source of sustenance. I mean, when you think about it, that's pretty darn good advice. I would go with that. Why damage or be bad to something that's actually feeding you? But let's take this a step further. I'm going to say not only should you not bite the hand that feeds you, you also shouldn't feed the hand that bites you either. In other words, don't give quarter to negative influences in your life. I'm going to call these vices. The unseen hand, intangible forces. Like these things, even though they're unseen and they're not intangible format, they are no less voracious. And they can take a significant bite out of you. All right, folks, I'm over here working on my face muscle. I'm trying to think. Do I do push-ups to get that muscle? Do I?
No,
it's not a physical muscle.
It's not a physical muscle. Right. And you take baby steps. It's like if you wanted to build real muscle, you go to the gym and you don't just do it one time and say, well, look, I'm good. But if you go to the gym one time expecting to have muscle, and you don't go back again, then you'll think it's not working.
That's
So
right.
it's the same with faith. It's testing it one step at a time, taking little baby steps at first. If you find that you're developing the faith, the beliefs, and basically it's changing your negative beliefs. So we work on techniques on how to change your negative thinking, your negative beliefs that's blocking you or stopping you from accomplishing your goals. Whatever your goals may be, whether it's to build a big business or to have a great relationship or whatever it is, you need that faith.
That's one thing about a business. It's an equalizer. It's a game changer. You don't have to hit the lottery. If you have a skill, have the right mindset, have a mission, you got to have some money. You can start a successful business. And that's why people come to me to help them navigate. We are a business development and marketing company. I've been doing this now for 25 years as an entrepreneur. And I spent another 20 years or so in corporate America. Worked for companies like Diet to Go. I was a vice president of marketing and business development, senior vice president. I was also a buyer for brand new supermarkets. I was president and CEO of Telegrocery, one of the first home delivery supermarkets in the country. I know a little bit about this stuff, and I'm willing to share it every Friday right here on the Marketing Pulpit, 10:30 a.m. If you have a jacked up idea that's never going to get off the ground, Robert Gatewood is going to tell you. All right, don't get mad at me now. I'm telling you, I'm saving you some heartache down the road. I'm going to tell you something else I'm saving. I'm saving the folks that you might do damage to if you get out here, start a business, and not taking it seriously, and people are transferring their accounts over to you. They're giving you their personal information, their financial information. They're trusting you because you told them you were in business, and they took you at your word. Don't betray that trust. So if you're going to go into business, let's go into it the right way. If you're not sure, right here, Marketing Pulpit Show, I'm going to tell you how to do it. By giving good service, you are nurturing and building one of your most precious stakeholders, and that's your customers and clients. But because of how you handled it, and because of the mindset and the goodwill and brand that you put out there, you started to attract, if anybody here believes in the law of attraction, you start to attract other companies of like minds to be other stakeholders, such as joint venturers, such as partners, such as vendors, such as suppliers, such as staff. If they start to see your company and your brand in a positive light, it attracts positive influences, and it's going to increase the trajectory of your company. You can make money while you sleep. It may be an oversimplification in some instances and not so much in others. When we're talking about passive income and making money while you sleep, like most things in life, all things are not created equally. There's some you can make while you totally asleep. You can sleep for a week or two and not even worry about it. Others, you might be jumping up in the middle of the night because things are happening you have to attend to. So your sleep might be interrupted. Some you got to do a little work on. Some you got to do a lot of work on. So a lot of things have been thrown into that passive income basket. But I do like that concept that when I'm laying in the bed at night and I'm making money, that it doesn't mean that I didn't do some work before I lay down. So there's varying degrees of passive income. But we've seen Roe versus Wade, which was the law of the land for the past 50 years, which has been overturned by this 6-3 court. Our mission is to build strong businesses in our community and put our people to work. Summer is here. We can't keep depending on others to put our children to work. Nothing distresses me more than that. Summer rolls around, little Keisha and little Jermaine looking at mom and dad said, look, I need a summer job. So mom, dad takes the kid out, puts them in their new Mercedes Benz. All right, little Keisha and little Jermaine, let's drive over here to the other side of town. We can go over here and beg. And maybe somebody else's community will hire you because we can't do it ourselves. I have a serious problem with that. One thing